Urgent Advisory, Solar Maximum and the Equinox Convergence, a threat assessment for global infrastructure and biological stability. Source: Canadian Strategic Institute for Coherence and Resilience, CSICR. Date: September 10, 2025. Distribution: Open Executive Summary. The Canadian Strategic Institute for Coherence and Resilience, CSICR, is issuing this urgent advisory regarding an unprecedented convergence of geophysical risk factors. We have entered a maximum vulnerability window. The combination of the peak of solar cycle 25 and the upcoming autumnal equinox, September 22, 2025, presents a significantly elevated risk of a severe, potentially catastrophic geomagnetic storm. This assessment details the threat to global infrastructure and, critically, the often overlooked impact on biological and neurological stability. 1.0 The geophysical threat, the trigger. We are currently experiencing the peak activity phase of solar cycle 25, which is proving to be significantly more active than initially predicted. This increases the frequency and intensity of coronal mass ejections, CMEs, massive eruptions of solar plasma directed into space. This risk is critically amplified by the autumnal equinox effect. During the weeks surrounding the equinoxes, the alignment between the solar wind's magnetic field and Earth's magnetosphere becomes optimal, known scientifically as the Russell-McFerrin effect. This enhances the efficiency with which solar energy couples into the Earth's system. The convergence, a highly active sun combined with maximum geomagnetic coupling efficiency, creates the highest probability for a Carrington-class, G5 extreme, geomagnetic storm in the modern technological era. 2.0 The infrastructural vulnerability, the cascade. Modern global infrastructure is critically vulnerable to severe geomagnetic storms. The mechanism: a CME impact induces powerful ground-induced currents, GICs, across the Earth's surface. The impact: GICs overwhelm high-voltage transformers, leading to saturation and catastrophic failure. Regions at high geomagnetic latitudes, such as Canada, are particularly vulnerable. The cascade: the result is a potential multi-continental power grid collapse. Due to the interconnectedness of modern systems, this would lead to the rapid failure of critical infrastructure: communications, internet, cellular, GPS synchronization, financial systems, water treatment, and global logistics. The resilience of the global grid against a G5 event is extremely low. A collapse could last weeks or months. 3.0 The biological vulnerability, the unseen crisis. While the infrastructural threat is recognized, the profound impact of geomagnetic disruption on biological systems is dangerously overlooked. 3.1 The planetary heartbeat, Schumann resonance. The Earth naturally generates a spectrum of extremely low frequencies, ELF, known as the Schumann resonances. The fundamental frequency, 7.83 Hz, acts as a planetary heartbeat. Biological systems, particularly the human central nervous system, CNS, evolved in synchronization with this stable signal. 7.83 Hz aligns precisely with the boundary between human alpha and theta brainwave states. 3.2 Biological entrainment. This synchronization, entrainment, is essential for neurological stability, cognitive function, and autonomic regulation. The 7.83 Hz signal acts as the external stabilizing anchor for our internal biological rhythms. 3.3 The bioelectromagnetic compromise. Modern society is suffering from a bioelectromagnetic compromise. Our resilience to natural electromagnetic fluctuations has been severely degraded by environmental toxicity. The pervasive presence of microplastics, heavy metals, and engineered nanoparticles in the environment and food chain contributes to systemic inflammation and compromises the integrity of the blood-brain barrier. Electromagnetic noise. The exponential increase in artificial EMF, power grids, wireless communication, creates a high ambient noise floor that interferes with the subtle natural signals. This compromise renders the CNS hypersusceptible to disruption. 4.0 The neurological impact scenario. A severe geomagnetic storm does not just crash the power grid, it destabilizes the Earth ionosphere cavity, causing the Schumann resonance to become chaotic or disappear entirely. The consequences of this catastrophic entrainment failure on a compromised population would be profound. Cognitive fragmentation. The loss of the stabilizing external signal leads to the failure of coherent neurological activity. Higher cognitive functions, logic, planning, executive function located in the neocortex are the most vulnerable and the first to fail. Limbic system dominance. The brain defaults to its primal structures, the limbic system and brainstem. This results in uncontrolled emotional responses, heightened fear, amygdala activation, aggression, and the dominance of the fight-or-flight instinct. Loss of coherent consciousness. The result is widespread neurological destabilization, characterized by profound confusion, inability to process complex information, and extreme emotional dysregulation. In the context of a simultaneous infrastructural collapse, this neurological instability presents a severe threat to societal order, characterized by irrational behavior, panic, and the breakdown of cooperative structures. 5.0. The Resilience Imperative, Call to Action. Awareness and preparation are critical. The maximum vulnerability window is active now and extends through October 2025. 5.1. Infrastructure hardening and autonomy. Individuals and communities must develop plans for sustained power outages, minimum 30 days, and communication loss. Prioritize localized energy generation and secure water sources. Develop localized analog communication networks, for example ham radio, independent of the centralized grid. Maintain cash reserves as electronic payment systems may fail. 5.2. Biological stabilization. Minimize exposure to environmental toxins and unnecessary EMF noise. Support neurological health and reduce systemic inflammation. Develop practices that enhance autonomic stability, for example, grounding, time in nature away from artificial EMF. Conclusion. The convergence of solar cycle 25 and the autumnal equinox presents a clear and present danger. The fragility of our infrastructure and the compromised state of our biological resilience demand immediate action. Understanding the interplay between the geophysical environment and human biology is essential for navigating the challenges of this maximum vulnerability window. /end of advisory / Canadian Strategic Institute for Coherence and Resilience, CSICR, a division of 109722258 Canada SARF, researching systemic risk and the resilience of complex systems. End public document.